Alright, my dude. So, Lifeboat Sky Wars, Lifeboat Bed Wars, two of the most famous games in all of Minecraft. Today, I will be showing you guys a genius strategy on how to win within Lifeboat Bed Wars. So we all know the feeling of when our bed gets destroyed early into the game. It feels hopeless. It's terrible. It makes us feel like we're screwed, like there's no way of winning. Specifically when the other team's beds are still intact, and all your teammates are being wiped out. You can't face multiple other teams alone. It just can't happen. So how do you win? A lot of people at this point just give up. They just jump off. Or they try to last as long as possible, but what's even the point? You can't even win. Well, this strategy can help you win despite that. What you want to do is you want to gather enough resources to purchase an at least 7 stacks of blocks. I personally got 8, and it's good to have a lot of blocks. And it's because this strategy revolves building outward as far as you can. Now, to build outward as far as you can, here's why it's actually so helpful. You'd think that other players would just find the bridge, run along the bridge, and find you and kill you. No, they don't. Here's why. You know, Lifeboat Bed Wars is not like a survival world. Once a chunk unloads, all of the blocks inside of it actually disappear. So when you build enough chunks out, the chunks unload, of course, and as a result, all of the blocks between the chunk that you're in and the chunk at the very edge of the map that you built off from, all of those blocks disappear. So when enemies try to run along those blocks, it looks like the bridge just ends, as far as they can tell. Their compasses, however, will still point outward towards you. So, in that situation, a lot of the time, they may continue to build the bridge themselves and find you. Now, this happened to me very early in the game. I still had a lot of time left when this happened. They built across, and as you can see here, the enemies are coming. I was able to snowball off the map a diamond guy, and he fell off. The other player was weak, so it was relatively easy for me to PvP him. After that, though, I realized that the little fort I built at the edge was not enough to protect me. So, what I had to do instead was I decided to build up a little bit, and I built myself a 5x5, with glass. So, the players came back at around 6 minutes, I believe, 3 to 6 minutes at some point around there. There were 2 of them. One of them tried to get at me from underneath, building up and trying to mine my island from underneath. However, they were too much of a coward to really go, go at it much. Or they ran out of blocks, I'm not really sure. The other player decided to build up higher than me and build towards me, then jump down towards my platform, which was stupid because they ended up taking fall damage, so I killed them easily. The other player that was underneath me just kind of stayed there for a little bit. Once the beds were destroyed automatically by the game's timer, which did take a minute, using this tactic, I would suggest like having your phone, maybe using Snapchat a little bit to pass the time, because sometimes it does take time for enemies to, show up, or for beds to automatically break. But after the beds broke, the other player that was beneath me decided to just give up, mine the block beneath him, and fell into the void. The other player and I started arguing in chat. The other player started, the other player started hitting on me and saying that I seemed hot. I had to diffuse the situation by informing the player that, any sort of sexual situation, any sort of sexual chat on Lifeboat can get you banned. I need to make this disclaimer. On Lifeboat, any sort of sexual chat can get you banned. It's against the rules. Don't do it. After that, the player started talking about going AFK because the player understood at this point that this was a waiting game. At the end, the player eventually got annoyed with me and told me to never do this again because it was a waste of time. I told the player, I have a job, but this is my day off. I can spend my time however I want to, and if I want to spend it being a winner and winning, I can do that. Now, to be fair, this match of Lifeboat Bed Wars did last for over an hour, but sometimes you gotta put in time to be a winner. To be a winner, you gotta put in some time, put in some effort. This one wasn't really much effort, more so time, but, you gotta put that in sometimes. You gotta put in time, effort, work, whatever it is to be a real winner in life. And I wanted to be a winner, so I put in some time. So I told the player, hey, this seems like a winning strategy. I don't see what's wrong with it, you know? And the player basically told me that if they ever saw me again, they would destroy me. They then also said GG, saying good game, basically saying they were about to jump off and give up. That was when they called me a Pookie Bear. I inquired, "Are you a girl?" They revealed that yes, they were a girl. I was very shocked. It was funny to be honest, but it did make sense because they were showing anger towards me in the chat multiple times during the game. Very funny stuff. But after that, they jumped off, and as you can see here, I won the game. You just got to put in enough time, enough effort, and you can be a winner at anything, including Lifeboat Bedwars in a match that you originally would have lost if it weren't for this strategy. I encourage you all to like and subscribe because, this isn't my usual type of content, so don't expect me to make more, Lifeboat Bed War strategies, but I hope you guys use this strategy. I hope this becomes a really common thing for people to do because I personally find it funny, especially do this when your enemies are hacking. If your enemies are hacking, do this to them because they deserve it. And usually it's also the only way to win if the enemies are like hacking anyway. Because if they can't fly, they're not going to come all the way across the bridge a lot of the time just to kill you. Hackers hack because they want to win easily, not with effort. So a lot of the times if people are hacking, if they realize they have to put in a lot of time or effort, they'll just kill themselves and go to the next match that they can win. So this is a great winning strategy against hackers and a lot of people. Bad luck, this strategy can fix anything if you're good at it and if you are able to obtain enough materials to buy enough blocks and time to build a way and, successfully pull off this strategy. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about the strategy. Peace out, my dudes.